and try to purchase this NFT. So if we purchase this one, it's a 23 ether, lot of money. Click on this confirm. Here we have redirect to the author, and again you can see finally it's working fine. Okay, everyone, hope all of you are doing great and welcome back to this full stack NFT marketplace project video. So in the last video we had learned that how we can create NFT and upload the entire data to the IPFS and fetch. In this video we're going to bring other functionality like reselling, updating price, and in the last video we had a small bug in our search bar. Okay, so that's the bug we're going to fix in this. So make sure you open the project so we can start working together. So here I have opened the project, and the first thing we have to do is to redeploy the smart contract. So let's come up here and let me delete this artifact, delete this cache, and go to this context folder, and we have to delete this ABI because we have to start with fresh. Okay, now open up your terminal and simply clear the terminal, and we have to type npx hard at node, which is not new to all of you guys, and we have to deploy the smart contract. Okay, so let's click on this deploy, and here the smart contract is deploying. So compile successfully, and here we got the contract address. So let's come back to this artifact, and here we need to drag and drop this ABI of the smart contract to the context. Okay, move it. So that's the setup you have to do, which is not new. Okay, and let's come on this side, and we have to restart the application. So we'll type npm run dev, and let's open the application in the browser. So here everything is working fine, we don't have any issues. So let's click on this and go to this upload NFT, and here we are on the upload NFT. Okay, so before we do that, let's come here. I like to change the theme, so let's come back here. Let's bring this terminal down and go to this style. Inside this global, here you will find the theme color. So altogether I have 12 themes for this template. So this is the main theme, and here is the second one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like we have almost 12 theme for this template. Okay, so this time I'm going to change the theme. So let's come up here and simply comment this part, the main theme, and this time I'm going to take this number 2 theme. Okay, so let's uncomment this one, and here is the yellow one. Now let's come back here, and you can see everything's turned yellow, so the theme is working fine. Now this will look pretty good. Okay, so sometimes you have to do these changes to keep yourself focused. Okay, because this project is getting very long, and I want to explain you everything, that how you can make a beautiful and a powerful application. So things are looking good. Now let's come here in the MetaMask, and first thing we have to do is to delete the history. So make sure you do this, because if you start creating NFT like this, it will throw you an error. And this is not the problem in the code we have, it's the problem in the MetaMask, because if you keep the history of one account and you switch to the another account, there is a conflict. Okay, so make sure you always reset. Okay, now let's come here and reload the browser one more time, and now create the NFT. So let's give the name my NFT. I'll say subscribe to my channel. Okay, that's the description, and this is the price we have to pass. Click on this upload, and here is the MetaMask. Now we are interacting with the contract, and now let's click on confirm, and here we have redirect to the home page, sorry, search page. So things are looking good. Right now you can see the data is not arrived because it's taking a little bit time. We have to make that API request to the IPFS, and from there we're going to fetch the data and display. So it will take a little bit time, but here we're going to display that loader. Okay, we're going to build that loader right now. So it's not working. Let's do the inspect element, and here you can see in the console we haven't arrived anything. We have the URL of the images, and here you can see finally it's arrived. So it took a little bit time, 1 minute, then it's arrived. So here we have the NFT we have created, you can see. So this is the first NFT, we have all the data. Now let's create the another one, and let's me quickly create this. Let's come here, and we're going to confirm this one. So here we have this second NFT we have created, and you can see again we have facing the same issue. So if you are facing the issues and if the data is not coming and you are getting any kind of error, don't need to worry about it. Okay, just work along with me. Okay, because this data will take a little bit time to come. Okay, so it's not working, we don't have the data. Let's create one more. Okay, let's quickly create as many NFT as we can so we can do the testing. So let's call it Schwab by NFT. We'll type the description, a Schwab NFT, make it capital, and we have to give the price. Here we have the MetaMask. Now let's confirm it. So back here one more time. So still nothing is displaying. Let's come here, and now we're going to create couple of more NFT from different account. Okay, so this time we were using account number 2. Now we're going to use other account, so we can purchase and list. Okay, so make sure you have to delete the history. Okay, now leave the page, and now we have to create the NFT. So let's click on this and let's create the NFT. So we'll pick this one. Let me do it very quickly. So here we are, and you can see finally it took close to 2 minutes and finally the data arrived. Okay, so we're going to display the loader. Okay, so here we have all the 4 NFT, the first 3 NFT created by the first account and the last NFT created by the second account. So everything is looking fine. Okay, looking good. Now we have to add a function to this NFT. So if once anybody will click on this NFT, we want to redirect to the NFT detail page, and where we're going to display all the data about this NFT. Okay, so that's the functionality we have to include. So if we are click, nothing is happening, but we're going to add it. Okay, so let's come here and close this one and close this one. Go to this pages, go to this inside this search page. Okay, search page, here we are, and click on this NFT card 2. Here we will come, and inside this we are displaying the data. Okay, so here we're going to import couple of things. So we need to import the link, and that's what we're going to wrap the entire NFT card with this link. Okay, so let's come here. We'll take this link and we'll simply cut this one. Okay, simply close this one and paste right here, and we have to define the href path where we want to redirect. So it's going to be a path name, we'll call it. So the page we want to redirect is, let's say, what is the name? Let's have a look. NFT details. Okay, so this is the page where we want to redirect, and we want to send the entire data, so which is inside this element. Okay, and we will send it as a query. So we have the data in the URL, and we have to assign a key, otherwise it will React will give us an error. So let's save it, and if we come back here and reload the browser, and if you click on this, click, and here you can see we are redirect to the detail page, and where here on the URL we have all the data related to this NFT, and that's what we're going to fetch and display here. So you can see we have all the data, seller, token ID, all the information we have in the URL. If you click on this, you can see we are getting the data. This one is also working fine, and let's come back to the code. So that's, we are done with this, and let's open up this, and here we're going to do a couple of changes because we have the information in this card, and that's what we're doing to display here. So let's come here, close this one, close this search page, and simply go to this NFT detail page, and in this we're going to display the data. Okay, so let's come up here. So this is the detail component. So first thing we have to do is to get the data, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to import the data from that page. So for that we have to import couple of things from React. So we need the use effect, use state, and use context. Now we'll come down, we're going to import the, let's say, use router, because inside the router we have, in the URL we have all the data. So we'll use this use router, and we'll come down, we're going to do the import from the smart contract. Okay, data, and we say, what is the name we have given? NFT play marketplace context. So here we have the data. Now we're going to do a couple of things. So we're going to take this, and it's coming from use context, and in that we're going to pass the NFT marketplace context. So that's looking fine. Now let's come here, and here we're going to take a use state, and this will be the NFT, and this NFT will come in the form of object. Okay, so first thing is going to be the image, second is going to be the token ID, third is going to be the name, and fourth is going to be the owner, and last one is going to be price, and we have one more is seller. Okay, so these are the data we will take from that router, and that's the data we are sending actually. So this is our object. Now let's come down, we're going to take this router and use router, and here we're going to use this use effect, and here we're going to say if router is ready, then return this. So this piece of code will, what it does, it will check whether our router is ready or not. If it's not ready, then it will return from this function, but if it's ready, then we'll get the data and set to the NFT marketplace. Okay, so we'll say NFT router dot query. In the query we have all the data. Okay, and now we want to call this router is ready. Okay, nothing fancy, very simple function we are writing here. Here we're going to pass the entire data, so simply pass the data here, and that way we can easily able to receive the data in our NFT detail page. So let's come here and let's go to this context and let's have a look what are the things we need to receive here. And here we're going to receive this current account, simply call it here, and that's the only thing we want to get it from there. So things are looking fine, no issues we have here. Okay, so this is the data component, and that's the NFT details. Here we are checking for the data is ready or not in the URL, and here we are passing the data. So far things are looking good. Now simply come here in the NFT detail page, and here we're going to receive the data NFT which we are sending as a prop, and that's the exact data we're going to send in both NFT image and NFT description in the both component. Okay, that's looking good. Now we're going to start with the NFT detail image first. So let's click on this, and here we are, and this is looking fine. Now we're going to first simply close all this function, so we'll have some clean environment. Close this one, and first thing we have to do is to receive the data which is coming NFT. Okay, so we have that data here, and now we're going to render the data. So first thing we have to do is to change the image, so let's simply come here and remove it. We have the image inside this NFT.image. Okay, simply save it, and here we're going to change the description sorry, and we'll say NFT.description. Inside this we have the description. Now let's come here, and here we're going to display the address, so which we have inside this. What's the name of the address we have called? I think seller. So let's come here and let's have a look. So what we have called seller. Okay, seller we have here. So that's what we have, NFT to gain. So that's the entire data we are here. And now if you click on reload the browser, and if you click on any one of these FT, you will able to see the changes in the image, name, and all those things. Simply click here, and boom, you can see the image is changed. Okay, and here you can see the descriptions. We have this, hey, that's what description we have given. We have the contract address and the token ID. Okay, let's assign a space in the token. So but it's working fine, you can see. So here we're going to provide a space, HTML space tag. So let's do it. So we'll have some space, so it's looking fine. So this is working fine. We can render the informations. Now if you click on this, you can easily able to choose the changes here, also looking good. If you click on this, looking fine. Okay, the data is changing dynamically, the NFT is changed, so everything is changing, looking fine. Now let's come back to the code, close this one, and now we can come and we can start working on the description, NFT description. Click on this, and we have to receive the data here. Okay, same thing we have to do here as well. So simply come here, and let's simply close all these arrays. Close this function, close this one, close this one, and close this one. And now we can start working and displaying the data. So first we have to display the names. So in this NFT.name, and here we go to display the token ID. So NFT dot, which is called token ID. So that's the first piece of data. Let's come here, and here you can see my NFT and token ID is 1. So it's working fine. No issues we have here. Now let's come here. If you click on this, you can see the title is changed and the token ID is also changed. So looking so far good. And here in the image 2, it's actually going to be the collection. Okay, here we're going to display the collection image and the name of the collection. Okay, so I'm going to remove this username, and I will tap this creator background. Okay, so you can see this is the background, because every single collection will have its own background image or a tag which user will create. Okay, so that's what we have. And here we're going to change this to, let's say, collection. That's collection, and here we're going to type the collection name, let's say monkey app, whatever you can call. Okay, so that's the collection name. You can see the changes are taking place, collection and monkey app, and the images also change. Now we can come down, and here we're going to display the price, actual price of the NFT. So we'll say NFT dot price. That's the price we have here, and you can see we have this place a vid, but we're going to make it dynamic. Okay, and now we have to start working on this creator. So I want that whenever someone click on this creator, okay, whoever created this NFT, we want to redirect to the author page where we're going to display all the information about that particular creator, that how many NFT is listed to the marketplace, how many NFT he owns, how many user or follower he follows. So all the data related to this particular creator we're going to display in the author page, and that's what event we're going to add in his name. Okay, so let's come here, and let's come here up, and we're going to import couple of things. We need to import the link, and that's the internal import. Let's come down, and we have to import this NFT context place. Simply take this use effect, use context. So far everything's looking good, and now let's call this down. Okay, so we're going to follow this hierarchy. So smart contract data, and we're going to take this const, and this we'll use this use context, we'll pass this NFT context and the data we want to receive. So let's come here, go to this, close all this open folder, and go to this context, and what data we need this buy NFT function, because we want to add that functionality on the buy button. So if anybody wants to buy the NFT, they can buy. Okay, simply come back here, and we're going to receive that function, and we need to receive one more thing. We need to receive the account. Okay, so let's come here, and that's what we're going to receive here. So these are the two functions we are receiving, and now we're going to utilize this. Okay, so let's come here, and let's scroll down, and so this is the creator sections, and now we're going to add that, change this. Okay, so we're going to add that link. So let's come here, take a link tag, not a small one, link, and we're going to cut this, and we're going to paste right up here. So we're going to take this href, we have to assign the path, so path name. So we want to redirect to the author page, and the query is going to have the information about the address. So NFT dot seller. Okay, so we want to redirect to the seller. Okay, we want to redirect, we have to give the seller address, not the owner, because owner is the NFT marketplace. Okay, so seller, the one who created this NFT. So that's what we have. So if anybody will click, they can easily able to redirect to the author page. So looking good, and let's come here, and this is the button. So right now you can see this two button, but here we're going to make it more dynamic. Okay, so let's come here, we're going to take this dynamic block, and we'll say if current account is equal to NFT.seller, we have to make it to lowercase, and if that's the case, then we want to render this button. So we'll take this, you cannot buy your own NFT. Okay, so if someone's created the NFT, and if they visit that NFT detail page, then we want to display this data, because they can't buy their own NFT. Okay, so that's the first check we have to do, and else we say current account NFT.owner to lowercase. So if the NFT belongs to the marketplace, to the smart contract of the marketplace, then we want to say this. So simply copy this button and paste here, and here we're going to say that we're going to change this text. We'll say list on marketplace. So just imagine in this way, you have bought an NFT and you want to relist to the marketplace so anybody can buy it. So that's the functionality we're going to add right up here. Okay, so this is the second check we are doing, and that's the one. And now we have to take one more. So we're going to simply paste this button one more time, and here we're going to add this buy NFT function. So the one who want to buy it, and here we're going to call that function. So let's call it buy NFT, and in that we have to send the entire data of the NFT. So if we click here we are receiving that, and let's come up here, and that's the first check, this is the second check, and this is the third check. Okay, and this is the last fourth button. make an offer, we're going to make it. Let's come here, and here you can see right now we have this buy NFT, because this is not the NFT we have created. Okay, so if we reload the page, and here you can see we can able to have this buy NFT, because the first account created this 3 NFT and we have created only one. So if I click on this, things are looking fine. If you come here, and if you can see the buy NFT, if you click on this, and here you can see you cannot buy your own NFT, because this is the NFT we have created. So our message is also working fine, all the test now. So far things are looking good. Now if we click here, we can easily able to redirect to the author page, and you can see in the URL we have the account address as well. So, and here we're going to display the data. So as you can see, we have this collectible where we're going to display all the NFT which user are listing to the NFT marketplace for selling. And in the created section, we're going to display all the NFT which the owner actually own. Okay, so we're going to rename those two tab. Okay, so instead of collectible, we're going to add the, let's say, listed NFT, and instead of create, we're going to add that, let's say, own NFT. Okay, so these are the two changes we're going to do shortly. And so far this is working good. Let's come back here, and if you click on this, everything is dynamic, working 100%. Okay, all the data is working fine. Now let's come back to the code, and let's come here. In the buy NFT function, you can see we are receiving the entire data of the NFT, and here we are converting that NFT price, and that's what we are actually passing in the create market sale function on the smart contract. Okay, so let's redirect to the actually author page. So when the transaction get completed, we want to redirect that. So okay, so we want to redirect to the author page. So that's what we have here. Save it, and let's come back here, and now let's try to make a purchase. So things are looking good. Let's come here, and make sure you have to clear your history before you start making purchase. Reload that, and let's click on this buy NFT, and here you can see it's loading. Let's click on this confirm, and here we have redirect to the author page. So everything's working fine, and we have bought that NFT. So we have bought that NFT, but we are not displaying here because we have to do the changes here. So here in the collectible, we're going to display the NFTs, and this is the create section. Okay, so things are looking good so far. Let's come back to the code, and let's close this one, close this one, close this one, and close this one. So let's come here and close this one as well. Close this. Let's go to the pages, and we have to go to this author pages, and here we're going to do a couple of changes. So we have to receive this use context, and we have to come down, and we have to receive that NFT marketplace context, and that's coming from there. Okay, so NFT marketplace context, we have that. Now we go to close this existing one, and this is the use state we have taken previously for tabs, and here we're going to do the import from the smart contract. Okay, smart contract data. So first we're going to take this use context, and then that's we're going to pass our context. So the function we want to receive here, let's come back to the context, and what the function we want to receive. So we want to receive, first thing is this fetch NFT, fetch my NFT or listed NFT. Okay, because in this function we are calling two functions. The first function is fetching the listed NFT to the marketplace, means the person who want to sell the NFT, and the second one is the function which the NFT he actually own. Okay, he bought the NFT. So here in this function we are calling this two functions. Simply copy this function. Okay, defining that, and we're going to send this, and then we're going to run the function. Copy this function, and that's what we're going to receive here. Now let's come here, and we have to receive this account. So we have this account, so that's pretty good. Now let's come here, we're going to take this use context, and we'll call it NFTs. It's going to be an empty array. We have to take another one, so we'll call it my NFT empty array, and this is the two array we have. Let's come down, and we're going to take this use effect, and in this we're going to call this function. Simply copy and paste here, and we have to pass this. So what we have to pass, we have to pass this fetch items listed. So if we call this, pass this, then we want to call the first function fetch item listed. Okay, simply copy that one and paste it. It will return us a promise So we have to resolve those promise. So then inside that we'll call the item, it's gonna be an arrow function, and here we're going to set the data to the NFT item. So this is how we will receive the data and set that to the NFT array. So that's the first thing, and it's gonna be an empty array. Simply come down and we have to do the same thing for other function. So we'll do this exactly the same thing. So we'll call the same function. So let's come here, copy this function, and in this time we want to call the other function, fetch my NFT. So we'll type that, let's fetch my NFT, and we have to resolve the promise items, and we want to set the NFT. So we'll call set and my NFT, and that we're going to pass these items. Okay, looking so far so good. So and it's gonna be an empty array. So these are the two functions for fetching listed NFT and my NFT. So let's come here, and this is that, looking fine. Let's come back to this author page, author NFT card in the same page, and here we're going to pass the data. So let's come here, we have to pass this NFT, and we have to pass this my, let's set NFTs. Okay, so these are the two data we are passing. Let's come here and make sure you do these changes, make it small. Okay, NFTs, okay, make it small, and do it here as well, and that looks pretty fine. And here we're going to make it small. Okay, so that looks good. So things are looking good. Make it small, this one as well. So make sure you do these changes, because this is the pattern I would like to follow. I never try to keep the last alphabet of the any use state as a capital one. It's my preference, you can go with your. So we have the data in this author NFT card box, and we can click on this and we can come back to this NFT card box, and we're going to receive those data. So let's come here, receive the data and NFTs, and this is called my NFTs. So this is the two data we have here. Close all this arrays, and now we can simply pass the data in this component. So first thing we have to do is to pass the data in the collectibles. So this collectible where we're going to display the NFT which is listed to the marketplace. Okay, so let's pass those NFT data. So we have the data, let's comment this one and copy this and paste here. So we have the listed NFT. Now my NFT, we're going to pass it here, and okay, simply comment this. Okay, so we have to comment this collectible array and created array. So make sure you do this one. So we have the data in this. Simply click on this, and if we come down here, we are using the exact reusable NFT card component, so we don't need to do any changes. You can see we have all the data here. So we have the images and reload it, and here you can see we have created that one NFT listed. We have listed that one NFT which is displaying here because it's working fine. So we have the image, title, price, everything's looking good. Now you can come here, go to this search items, click on this, and here you can see we have this. So we have this all NFT which is created. If you click, let's come here, if you click on this, here you can see author page, like this account address created this NFT, and that's what he can find in the author page. So that looks pretty good, and now we can start working on this create NFT. We don't have it right now. Okay, looking fine. Let's have a look. It's looking really good. Click on the other one, and you can see right now we can buy it. Simply buy this NFT. Okay, bought it, and here we are redirected, but we can't able to display that NFT here. So I think we have a problem in that function. In the function, it has to display here, but it's not displaying. So we have some issue. We have to figure it out. But this one is working, but our created own NFT is not working. Okay, so let's come here and go to this context, market context, and this is the fetch my NFT function we have. So everything's looking good. This is the function we are receiving. With this function we are receiving the listed NFT, but fetch my NFT is not working somehow. This function is not working. Okay, so let's come here in the smart contract. Let's scroll down. Where is the function? Here we have the function. Inside that, things are looking good. Okay, things are looking good. But before we start working on the smart contract, let's fix the problem which we have in the search. Okay, so we'll fix that first, then we'll come back to this. Okay, let's go to the search page, and now we have to work on the search before we move to the smart contract. Okay, so let's fix this first. So let's come here, and you can see if I'm typing anything, we are getting this blinking, but we can't able to filter it. Okay, we are getting this weird behavior of blinking. So if we are typing anything, nothing is happening. And let's come back to the code. And here what I have found, that I made a mistake somewhere here. So this is look good, and here I made a mistake. Okay, it's an empty array we have to pass. Simply provide this one, and because of this missing bracket, our filter was not working. Okay, so make sure you provide this bracket, and now everything is good. Okay, don't need to do any changes in the filter in the search bar. The only thing we have to do is to provide the bracket, and that's working fine. Now we can come here, and now we can easily able to use this filter. So we have to type the name of the NFT. If we type H, you can see we have this filter working fine. If we type hey, that's there. If we type the, let's say, what is the other name, my, so if we type my, we have this my NFT. So our filter is working perfectly, and we can easily able to see the data and do all the things. If we click, it's working fine. So far everything's looking good. Now let's come here to the author page, and this is the account, this is the NFT we have listed to the marketplace. That's what's been displaying. But we have the problem in the NFT we have owned. Okay, so it's not working. We have to see what's the problem we have there. Let's come back to the code, and things are looking good. Simply close this one, and now let's go to this context, and here we have to have a look one more time. So this is the problem we have in the fetch my NFT. That's not working. So let's come here, go to the contract. Okay, and so I found that there is a little bit problem in the smart contract in terms of fetching the NFT. Okay, so before we work that, come back to the author. Here we have that account, but we're not using it. We have to display the account. So let's come here, pass the account in the author profile card. Okay, as a prop. So let's pass it here, so we can display in the card. So let's click on this, and where we are actually displaying that, we have to receive that account, and simply copy that, and here in the input. Okay, so here we have this demo account. We're going to display the actual account of the creator. Okay, so remove that one, and we're going to pass that account. So if we save it, come here, you can see the actual address of the NFT creator. If you can copy, and you can open in the browser, and you can see everything. So if anybody wants to validate anything on Etherscan or anywhere, they can do this by this account address. Okay, it's looking fine, but this is the problem we have to fix it. So things are looking good so far. Close all this, and this is the fetch working fine. And let's come up here, copy one more time, and do one thing. Let's call the function right up here. Okay, because I want to call this function every time an application gets started. Okay, so let's call this function, and in that we're going to call the function. Let's come here, let's check one more time. Still we having the issues? Yes, still we having the issues. We have this 2 NFT which we have created, but still we have this problem in this own NFT. So the NFT which I have bought. Let's come back to the contract, and so here I'm back into the NFT smart contract, and I did a little bit changes in the smart contract. So I will provide you the updated version of this smart contract, so you guys can utilize that one, because we had some problem in our fetch NFT, and I was stuck for a quite long to find out the problem. So there was a lot of problem in that code which is correlated to one another. So I did a couple of changes. I'll provide you the updated smart contract in this article. So make sure you come to this article, simply copy this entire updated smart contract, and instead of this old one, you have to paste here. Okay, so this is the updated smart contract. Okay, all this updated. I have updated the listing price as well. So 25. Here you can see this is the updated smart contract, and this is the function we have here. So what we can do, let's come here, and we have to do this function. This is the function we have to do. It's fetch my NFTs, provide that as, and that's the one change you have to do in this context. And what else we have to do? And here we have this another function, fetch market item. Let's come here where it's that fetch market item. So this is the fetch market items S. Okay, it makes sense because we are trying to fetch all the items of the NFT. Okay, so simply copy, and that's what we're going to pass it here. So far things are looking good. Make sure you do only these 2 changes and get the updated smart contract if you want that your own NFT function should work. Okay, so far things are looking good, and that's okay. Now simply come here, and this is also fine, no issues in this. Now simply close this one and close this one, and we have to redeploy the smart contract. Simply delete this artifact. Let me do it very quickly. Let me deploy the smart contract, start the blockchains, drag and drop the ABI. Now start the applications. So here things are looking fine. Now simply clear your entire history. Let me do it very quickly. So right now the NFTs are not displaying, and you know why. Let's do this console. Here we have the data, and here finally the data is arrived. So it will take a little bit time. We're going to add a loader. So these are the two NFT we have created. Now let's change the account and create a couple of more from other account. Okay, so here you can see this one is working fine, the listed NFT in the author page. Now simply switch the account and create a NFT from different account. So let's do it very quickly. So here we got the three NFTs. Now let's come back to the author. You can see in the second account we have this one NFT because one NFT we have created. So far things are looking good. Now let's come here and try to purchase this NFT. So if we purchase this one, it's a 23 ether, lot of money. Click on this confirm. Here we have redirect to the author, and again you can see finally it's working fine. Okay, so make sure you get the updated NFT, then you can easily able to fetch your own NFT which you have bought. Okay, so make sure you get that from article. So here we have that. You can easily able to switch between the tabs and get your own NFT and listed NFT. If you come back to the search, and you can see this is the two NFT we have. If you buy this one as well, so let's try this confirm, and if you can see this is the listed NFT, you created that NFT, and if you click on this created, you have this bought NFT which you have bought. Okay, it's looking also fine, and here you can see the button is changed to list on marketplace. So if you want to resell this NFT to this marketplace so other can buy it, we're going to attach that function right up here. Okay, resell function which we have already there in our smart contract. Okay, that's looking fine. So if we come back to the search right now, you can see, let's come here, let's create one more NFT from this account. So let's do it very quickly. And here we are. Again, it's taking a little bit time. We have to attach that loader. Okay, so finally the data is arrived, and right now we have this two NFT. You can see this is the NFT we can't buy because this is the one we have created. And if we click on this creator, and you can see this is the two NFT the creator created, and this is the two NFT he actually owned. Okay, so that's the things are also working fine. If we click here we have this button to list on marketplace, and that's the function we go to assign. Okay, looking fine so far. Let's come back to the code. So far everything is looking good. Now let's come back to the contract. So make sure you do this one. Okay, make sure you get the updated smart contract, then those things will work, otherwise you will have an issue. So this is the updated one. So that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. Hope you guys have found this video valuable. If you have any questions or any doubt, do leave in the comment section. And if you are new to my channel, watching this video for the very first time, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That will motivate me to come up with this amazing project. So hope you guys are great and having a wonderful day. That's it. Now let's move to the next video. See you there.